The perfect free agency plan for the Kansas City Chiefs does not exist until now. Welcome into this edition of the Kansas City Chiefs Report, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. The Chiefs already making some moves within the last couple of weeks. We saw the franchise tag for Trey Smith. Now, what will they do next, especially with some serious question marks when it comes to cap space? I will go over what a perfect free agency period looks like for the Kansas City Chiefs in just a moment. Before we do, all month long here on the Chiefs Report, we are in a sub-battle with our fellow AFC West channels. Now, we don't have a Chargers channel, so they're at 0, so we're already winning that. But I am happy to report we have a slight lead on the Raiders Report and Broncos Breakdown. We have 110 new subscribers here in the Kingdom. Welcome. Glad to have you all here. Raiders is at 105. Broncos is at 101. Let's keep it going. Let's build upon our lead and run up the score for the latest happenings in your Kansas City Chiefs throughout the entire offseason. Subscribe now. We're going to do live shows next week for free agency. Going to be a lot of fun. You don't want to miss out on it. Subscribe now. You'll be glad you did. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to break down what the Chiefs need to address in this 2025 NFL free agency period. And you guys know the Chiefs don't have a ton of money to spend at this point. Their cap space is currently at $18.12 million. But when you talk about restructuring Mahomes and extending Joe Tooney and a couple other things, then you have some serious money that can open up to be able to make some moves. And where I would start is at the linebacker position with one of your own guys in Nick Bolton. Now that you've taken care of Trey Smith and got him on the franchise tag, I think you need to look at doing what you can to keep Nick Bolton around. We talked to Peter Schrager at the Super Bowl a few weeks ago, and he made it very known that, hey, this guy's the heart and soul of your defense. He, of course, is the green dot. He's gotten better every single year he's been there. Obviously a part of 2 Super Bowl titles. Nick Bolton has been great for the Kansas City Chiefs. And for me, I think it would just be setting yourself back if you don't find a way to keep Nick Bolton around, especially somebody that's just now entering the prime years of his career. You look at what he did in 2024, playing in 16 games, 106 tackles, 6 pass breakups. Big emphasis for Nick Bolton this year was on creating turnovers, and he did that with an interception and a forced fumble. Coverage probably needs a bit of work. Gave up a QB rating of 104.7 and 360 yards, but he did have 6 pass breakups. I like Nick Bolton a lot. I don't want to see him go anywhere. And you're looking at his projection. Spotrac's saying it's about 4 years, $49 million. I know that sounds like a lot of money, but for me, I think it's the cost of doing business. You look at what the Steelers paid Patrick Queen last year, and you see some of the other options on the market. Ernest Jones is out there, among others. You're not going to find much better at this position than what you already have in Nick Bolton. And this defense has been so good for the Chiefs, but it can be better. But it's hard to imagine this defense improving if they lose one of their top players in Nick Bolton. I would do everything I can to keep Nick Bolton around. Will the Chiefs re-sign Nick Bolton? It's our pinned comment today. Chime in, let us know. Type S for sign, P for pass. Will they get a deal done? Let us know. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the place to go for daily fantasy made easy. Here's how it works. You choose 2 more players on any given category. Get the choice of more or less, whether you're talking rebounds in basketball, goals in hockey, maybe it's fantasy sports in NASCAR, whatever it may be. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even have to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks is the best way to win real money this basketball season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on Prize Picks. I'm looking ahead to the start of the football season on Prize Picks. I think Mahomes gets more than 27.5 passing touchdowns. I like DK Metcalf in Seattle to have more than 999.5 receiving yards. If I put $20 down, both those hit, that turns into $60 on Prize Picks. Play along with me, prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Prize Picks, proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Another player that I think is a priority when it comes to re-signing is Justin Reid at the safety position. Justin Reid came in a few years ago as a replacement for Tyrann Mathieu, and he's done a really good job. I think he's one of the most underrated players, underappreciated players in the NFL. The former third-round pick out of Stanford by the Texans joined the Chiefs in 2022. He's been a part of 2 Super Bowl teams now. And you think about this past season, the Chiefs, they had some issues when it came to the corner spot. And Justin Reid was able to kind of plug some of the holes that were caused by the issues with the corner room with how effective he was. And he had a very good season. 2 interceptions, 9 pass breakups. Those were both at least or more than any season he's had in the last 4 years. Also had 87 tackles and 5 TFLs. His contract projection, looking at about a 3-year, $46.52 million deal to keep him around in Kansas City. I hope he stays. We shall see. If it comes down to it, you can only pick one to re-sign. Who is it? Are you going with Nick Bolton or are you going with Justin Reid? Type NB for Nick Bolton. Type JR. Who shot JR? Let us know in the comments which one you'd rather keep. Getting help with the wide receiver position. Now, I'll say this. This might be one you address in the draft, but there are some noteworthy veterans that catch my attention that could be options for Kansas City on the free agent market as well. Let's start with Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp, first-team All-Pro, a Pro Bowler in 2021, won the Triple Crown that year, was the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year, helped lead the Rams to a Super Bowl, and was named the Super Bowl MVP for that game. The thing with Cooper Kupp, though, as good as 2021 was, there are times where it has looked like that year was an anomaly because we haven't seen that same version of Cooper Kupp since. You can see his numbers have gone down every year since he had that great season in 2021, and he struggled to stay healthy. But the flip side where this works for Kansas City is because of that, he is not going to get nearly as much money on the open market as what he was making previously with the Los Angeles Rams. Another name I would keep an eye on is Tyler Lockett of the Seattle Seahawks. And at this time of this recording, he has not been released yet, but he's expected to be released from Seattle as they don't want to take on a $30 million cap hit. But Tyler Lockett, he has had a fantastic career. The former K-State Wildcat was a first-team All-Pro and Pro Bowler in 2015, 2-time second-team All-Pro, and had a long stretch with 1,000-yard seasons and was kind of the steady Eddie of Seattle's offense for a long time. And not only would this be a homecoming for him, considering he played his college ball at K-State, grew up in Tulsa, but his dad also played for the Kansas City Chiefs as well, and he's never really had that opportunity to compete in recent memory for that Super Bowl title of sorts. And I think that he's kind of looking for that chance to be a part of a championship caliber team. You're not getting the Tyler Lockett that we saw even in 2021, but he's still very good and could be a nice asset for Patrick Mahomes in this offense as far as that goes. I think Tyler Lockett would be a very good fit. I think you'd be happy if you got Kupp or Lockett, either one. It's got to be addressed, whether it's free agency or the draft, one of the two. You got to find some help at wide receiver. If you want the Chiefs to spend money, and there will be more money than people will lead you to believe, folks. There's always more money out there. If you want the Chiefs to spend some cash, type me in the comments section. Let it be known that you want to see this team go balls to the walls and spend money. Make it rain. Make it rain, baby. Last on this list, and this one I lean more towards free agency than I do the draft because, let's be honest, you're kind of looking for a quick fix at this point in time. All right? At the left tackle position, the most important position on the offensive line, you are looking for something to fix this situation right now, okay? If you go drafting somebody, you don't know if they're going to be ready, especially the left tackle spot. How many times have we seen where guys started at right tackle and then had to transition to the left tackle spot, that they had to learn it? I don't know if you have time right now as you're trying to keep this dynasty going to really develop. I think free agency might be your better route here when it comes to the left tackle spot. Some free agent offensive tackles to watch. Ronnie Stanley, the Baltimore Ravens. He's coming off a nice bounce-back campaign, but he's had his struggles to stay healthy in the past. Tyron Smith of the New York Jets is a possibility. Cam Robinson of the Minnesota Vikings. Started his career with the Jags, went to Minnesota this year. He's been solid. I would think he's going to be a little bit cheaper than Ronnie Stanley. And then there's Jackson from the LA Rams, who's a solid option as well. One name to keep an eye on internally is DJ Humphries. DJ Humphries, we didn't see a whole lot of him in 2024 after he joined the team late in the year, got hurt, and then we didn't really hear from him again as Joe Tooney slid over to the left tackle spot. He has made it known he wants the chance to return and compete for that starting left tackle spot. I wasn't impressed with the small sample size we saw from DJ Humphries. I feel like that's kind of your last resort is DJ Humphries at this point in time, but I wouldn't say it's impossible. Brett Veach even talked about at the Combine that they could potentially do that. For more Chiefs free agency coverage, it is going to be a crazy next few days ahead. We got you covered right here on the Chiefs Report. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.